leaving for my second Camino de Santiago. I'm doing the Camino Frances for my second time, and I'm leaving later today, and I've just now finished compiling all the things that I'm bringing. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you all. A lot of the things that I'm bringing are the exact same as last time, but I do have some new things that were kind of lessons that I learned from last time, so I'm excited to share those too. To start out with, I'm bringing my same bag that I had last time. This is an Osprey Mira 34-liter bag. This was the perfect bag for me. It's the perfect size. It also has a 2.5-liter water bladder on the inside that I do use. I used the water bladder last time, and it was my first time ever using a water bladder, I think ever. But I loved it. I definitely prefer it over bringing plastic water bottles or buying plastic water bottles. I feel like I drank a lot more water having the straw just like right. There's this magnetic clip that clips to the chest strap, and having my straw right here, I just felt like it encouraged me to drink a lot more water than I would have if I had to like reach behind in my side pocket and finagle out a water bottle and like open it. You know, this is just as easy as it gets. It's easy to fill up, it's easy to pack around. I honestly don't understand why more people on the Camino don't use water bladders. I feel like I see a lot more water bottles instead, but this is the way to go in my opinion. Yeah, I love it. So this backpack does have hip pockets on the belt, and having hip pockets was something that was initially really important to me, but I found that they weren't all that easy to get into. The zippers are pretty, they're stiff in a way that like you can't close it with one hand, so you can unzip with one hand, but then you kind of have to like really work to zip it back. And the way it's positioned, it's more like towards the back of your hip, and it's hard to get to. So because of that, I am bringing a fanny pack this time, or what should I call it, a waist belt. I know fanny pack isn't a great term to use. A hip belt, waist belt, hip pack. So that's my backpack, and I love it. The second most important thing, arguably the first most important thing, is the shoes you'll be hiking in. I have done something very unconventional. I haven't seen anyone else do this, and I don't know if it makes me weird, but it worked perfectly for me the first time, and so it's like the only thing I'll do now, which is that I only hiked in Chacos. These are the only shoes I brought. They're the only shoes I'm bringing this time. I think they're the perfect shoe, especially if you're hiking the Camino in the summer, which I am. I'm hiking the Camino Frances through early August to mid to late September, and so it's going to be extremely hot the entire time I'm there. I don't have to worry about being cold. I really don't like hiking boots. I've never liked them. I looked for hiking shoes, but I never found hiking shoes that I liked. I have flat feet, so I really need arch support. Otherwise I developed plantar fasciitis, which I've definitely had on and off ever since I started working in restaurants when I first moved to the city. But these sandals have such fantastic arch support that I never had a single problem with my feet because of these Chacos. I didn't get a single blister the entire 5 or 6 weeks that I was walking. Everyone around me got blisters. I saw many people ditching their hiking boots and their hiking shoes because they were so painful and so heavy. I never had to worry about like hitting my toe or my ankle or anything like that. There's enough of a thickness to the footbed that I felt just very safe. I just can't recommend them enough. I think they're the perfect shoe. Okay, the next very important thing for the Camino that you just kind of have to have is sunglasses. I'm not normally a sunglasses type of person. I kind of hate glasses or having anything on my face in general. It just feels claustrophobic to me, but you really need them, especially if you're doing the Camino in the summertime. These are a brand that I found recently called Sunski. They're really lightweight and they're made out of recycled plastic. The company, I believe, is also carbon neutral. They're just incredible. And the tint is so beautiful that it kind of feels like I have this like pretty filter on the world. I love these a lot. I'm also going to be wearing a Fitbit. I didn't have a Fitbit last time. I kind of just used the tracker on my phone to determine how many steps or miles I did, but that was super inaccurate, especially because I would drop my phone and I could tell that it was kind of glitchy. This is a Fitbit Versa 2. I've had it for a couple years now. I find that it's really helpful for tracking my sleep is the biggest thing that I'm excited to track on the Camino this time, because if you've done the Camino before, you know how important sleep is, how difficult it can be to get a full night's sleep when you're sleeping in a room with a bunch of other people. So with this, I'm excited to track my sleep, my steps obviously, and my miles, and also my heart rate. There were times when I felt a little too dehydrated or dizzy, and I think just like having my heart rate visible will help me prevent myself from like overexerting myself and being stubborn and taking time to rest or make sure that I'm drinking enough water. So the Fitbit is a must for me. Next is my hat. This is the same hat that I took on the last Camino. It is just a cheap one I got on Amazon. The brand is Siggi, S-I-G-G-I. I love this hat. I think it's everything that I need. It's discolored a little bit. It used to be more white. It's kind of turned a beigey yellow. So I was considering dyeing it with like a food dye of some kind, but I never got to that. Maybe I'll do that once I get to Spain or Barcelona. Next, I want to talk about my hip pack. This is something new that I'm bringing that I didn't have last time. Last time I did the Camino with my boyfriend, and so I didn't have to worry necessarily about having my valuables with me all the time, because if we were ever in a hostel or at a restaurant and I needed to shower or leave my bag, he was watching things for me and vice versa. But now I'm doing the Camino alone, so it's important that I have something where I can keep all of my valuables in one place that's lightweight, easy to carry around. I'm probably going to take this into the bathroom and shower with me instead of leaving my valuables in my bag. But I'm also really excited about this because it's going to sit right in front. It's going to make everything so accessible for me while I'm hiking. I'll never have to take my backpack off. I'm going to be carrying my passport, my ID, my cash, cards, vaccination papers. I'm gonna have my phone, my little Sony camera that I'm recording this on. It's like small enough to fit in here. Also, this rechargeable battery bank. I love this because it has an iPhone charger built into it, so I don't have to deal with like long, awkward cords. So this is incredible. This charges my phone like 3 or 4 times before it needs to be recharged. So I'm excited to have this on me. I also have headphones. I'm gonna miss my AirPods, but there's no way I could use AirPods on the Camino because they just drain the battery in my phone way too quickly. These are great. And in here I'll also have an extra battery and SD cards for my camera. So the fact that all of that fits in my hip pack and is just like gonna be right there and easy to grab is incredible to me. This is Patagonia. It's made of 100% recycled materials. I believe it's recycled nylon and polyester. It's water resistant, it's super lightweight, it's beautiful. This might be my new favorite object. This is gonna be on my person at all times for the next 7 weeks. And now just to finish out the last couple things that are gonna be on me and accessible while I'm walking. This is a very small, lightweight umbrella. I actually didn't bring a single piece of rain gear on the Camino last time. No rain jacket, poncho, umbrella, nothing, because I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't already own any of those things, and I figured if I needed them, I would just buy them when I needed them. but I think because of the time of year, we didn't encounter rain once. I am grateful that I didn't carry a bunch of rain gear that I didn't need. However, this time I'm bringing an umbrella not because of the rain, but because of the sun. I remember some really brutal stretches with absolutely no shade, and the left side of your body where the sun is just kind of like gets hit really hard, and I remember wishing that I had an umbrella. So now this is going to be useful for the sun, for the rain if that happens this time, and also I'm thinking that it'll be useful for protection against dogs. This is something that I never really thought about before the Camino, and I didn't really think about until like about a month ago preparing for this one. There are many dogs along the way. Many of them are perfect little angels and are doing like incredible work on farms with their shepherds or farm owners, but every now and then we did encounter an aggressive dog, and I have been attacked and bitten by a dog in Spain before. So I'm a little bit wary of that, especially because I'm walking alone this time. I just want to make sure that I can keep myself safe. So if I need to, the umbrella will be in my side pocket and will be handy to ward off a dog bite if a dog comes out at us. But the other thing that I bought recently, this is one of the last things I purchased for this trip, is an ultrasonic dog repeller. This is something that is used mostly for training dogs to help train them out of bad behavior. So it doesn't hurt dogs, it's not going to damage their hearing or anything. There's just a wavelength of sound that they can hear that we can't, that will keep them at least 15 feet away from me if I'm in an absolute emergency. I'm probably just gonna keep this hanging and only use it if I absolutely need it. And if anything, it's just the peace of mind knowing that I have something that could potentially save me in a sticky situation. But also this is useful because there is a light on top, so if I am hiking early in the morning before sunrise, I can use a light. So having something that's multifunctional is cool. So I believe those are all the things that will be on me and outside of me accessible while I'm hiking. Next, I'll talk about my sleeping setup. Last time I did a bunch of research before the Camino, I was persuaded to buy a silk sleeping sack, or a sleeping liner, I guess is what they're called. I brought that and I tried it and I really didn't like it. It's nice and thin and airy, but I like having weight on me when I'm sleeping. I definitely sleep better if I feel more of something around me. And the silk liner is just like sleeping with a very, very thin sheet, which just isn't comfortable enough for me. And I didn't like having my feet enclosed in the sack, so I brought it and I never used it, but I didn't want to get rid of it because it was expensive, so I just carried it the whole way. This time I'm just bringing my Mexican blanket. I brought this last time and I'm so glad that I did, because this is what I used to sleep with every night. It's not the most lightweight thing in the world, but I believe it probably weighs the same as like a regular sleeping bag. The difference to me is that it's way more comfortable. It is also extremely easy to clean and dry. This dries so fast, so if I ever need to wash it, it'll be dry within like a couple hours. The other thing that's nice about the blanket is that I'm not bringing a sweater or jacket of any kind. It's going to be very hot for most of the time that I'm walking, but if I were to be cold, I could easily wrap this around me for warmth. So I feel very passionately about my Mexican blanket. I'm also bringing my Eros inflatable pillow. All of the hostels and hotels and everything obviously have pillows on the bed. I really like having my own pillow. It's already kind of difficult to sleep in a different place every single night, so having the comfort of like the same thing to put your face on is just a little luxury that I prefer to have. It's really light, it's really compact, I can inflate it every night. It comes out about this big. Here, I'll just go ahead and inflate it. It takes 2 seconds to inflate. So this is a really nice size pillow. It's really soft and comfortable. I'm gonna use this on the airplane. I'm gonna use this in the hostels. And if I don't use it, it packs down so little and is so light that it's not that big of a burden. There it is. So good. The last thing for sleeping is earplugs. We all know that there are snorers in every single hostel without fail. People also might go to bed later than you, get up earlier than you. I'm bringing a bunch in case I lose some or in case I want to share some with others who are having trouble sleeping. Okay, next is clothing. So last time I brought 2 hiking tops and 2 hiking bottoms. The difference is that this time, rather than a short sleeve and a long sleeve and shorts and pants, I'm instead bringing 2 long sleeves and 2 shorts. The reason for that is that I learned while walking in the sun that I just prefer to have my arms covered. So this is the same long sleeve top I brought last time. It's a very lightweight, breathable Patagonia shirt. It can be used for layering for cold weather, but this is amazing in the sun. Very quick drying. It has a zipper and a collar. This is just one of my favorite shirts. Because I liked that so much, I just went ahead and bought another long sleeve Patagonia breathable, quick drying sun shirt. This material is so soft and comfortable and it's stretchy. I've already worn it a lot this summer in preparation for this trip and I love it. This is the same pair of shorts I brought on the last Camino. I believe I got these from the Gap. This is Gap Fit. They're really, really comfortable. They're really, really light. I loved walking in these and I always preferred to walk in these. The hiking pants I brought last time, I pretty much bought them because I had to work right before the Camino and pretty much get straight on a plane, and I wanted something that looked nice as well as was comfortable and functional. In the end, they weren't the most comfortable, and when I'm hot, I prefer to have my legs free than my arms. So instead of a pair of pants, this time I'm bringing a second pair of shorts. These are Patagonia baggies. I think you can see a trend here. I really, really love Patagonia. I think they're an incredible brand that really puts a lot of thought into the way they produce things, the quality of the things they produce. Everything that they make to last, and I just think that's a beautiful thing to do for people and for the planet, and so I will back them any chance that I get. Yeah, these are Patagonia baggies. I think they're so cute. Water resistant, they're gonna dry super quickly. They're very, very comfortable. They're also a little bit longer than my Gap shorts, so they cover just a little bit more. My mom is downstairs shopping and is having the best time. Next, I have 2 bras. One is a regular sort of bralette from Reformation. The other is a lightweight sports bra from Girlfriend. I love the brand Girlfriend. This is extremely soft and comfortable and pretty lightweight as far as sports bras go. I'm bringing 3 pairs of regular underwear. These are all very, very small, very lightweight, very quick drying. The brand, I believe I got these at Uniqlo. These are called Airism from Uniqlo. I love these. They're really comfortable. They are like skin almost, and they don't show a panty line. Last time I bought a pair of Ex Officio because that's what I saw everywhere on the internet, was to bring Ex Officio because of how lightweight and quick drying they were. They're very expensive and I didn't find them very comfortable, so I'm not bringing my Ex Officio this time. Other than that, I'm bringing a pair of Thinx period underwear. There are many options for women in this scenario. I really have enjoyed going plastic free in the past couple of years. Thinx has been kind of my go-to for that time. I recently tried a menstrual cup, thinking that it would be an easier system for this trip, but I absolutely hated it. So I'm sticking with my Thinx. They're so comfortable, they're so easy, they're just the best. This is bigger and bulkier than a cup or tampons or what have you, but this is just what I prefer and I feel the most comfortable that way. Alright, next is kind of comfort clothing. Last time I ended up buying a black kind of like cotton t-shirt dress because aside from your hiking clothes, you are going to want to have something comfortable to wear. You're not always going to want to sleep in your hiking clothes that you're wearing the next day. So yeah, I bought a black cotton dress. I ended up loving that so much that I wore it hiking as well. But because I bought it at H&M, it's just like not a very high quality item and it's kind of like not held up over the years, so I'm not bringing that this time. Instead, I'm going to bring a spaghetti strap dress. I've been wearing this a lot this summer. This is the thing that I'm most comfortable in. It's really light, really quick drying. If I want more modesty and I don't want to have my chest and shoulders exposed, I can easily layer one of my hiking shirts or one of these other shirts underneath it and feel even more comfortable. So these other two shirts I was debating bringing, but I think comfort is just so important in this situation and I am packing light enough that I don't feel guilty about these two shirts. So basically I'm bringing a very soft t-shirt to sleep in as well and also to layer under my dress. This is a very old comfortable shirt that my dad actually bought me in Madrid many years ago, and this is a very old soft cotton tank top. So these three things are things that are just nice to wear while not hiking and they're worth it. The comfort is worth it. I'm also bringing a pair of socks this time. I brought a pair of socks last time. I don't need socks because I'm hiking in sandals, but I found that it's nice to have just one pair of socks for comfort at night or to keep my feet warm while hiking on certain cold mornings. I do remember a couple of cold mornings that September where I was glad to have a layer on my feet and then I can take it off once it gets warm. Again, these are Patagonia. They're so nice, they're so comfortable. I love you, Patagonia. The last clothing type item that I'm bringing that I actually didn't bring last time is a scarf. This is a really lightweight, soft scarf. Scarves just have a million uses. I've already considered different ways that I could wear this as a top, as a skirt, around my neck, for my hair. I saw a lot of people in forums talking about hanging up a scarf on their bunk bed for privacy in the hostels. It can go around my shoulders to keep me warm since I'm not bringing a sweater or jacket. I'm really happy about the scarf. Okay, so now we can go on to toiletries. The first toiletry here is a microfiber towel. This is pretty crucial on the Camino, especially if you're staying in hostels and not in private rooms. If you are mostly staying in private rooms, you won't need a towel. Most private rooms and hotels give you the big fluffy towel that you're obviously going to use over this, but if you're staying in a hostel, you really need a microfiber towel. They're fantastic, they're small. If for some reason they don't dry in time, you can always hang it from the back of your pack. This is the same one that I used last time, so I'm bringing it again. I am pretty blind, so I have to bring my glasses, my enough contacts for the entire time I'm there. I have like all different brands here because one side, that prescription has been back ordered. Apparently a lot of contact prescriptions are back ordered right now, so hopefully this is good enough for the trip. Toothbrush and toothpaste. I'm bringing a package-free brand bamboo child size toothbrush. The adult size is only like that big, so it's not that big of a difference. I just thought this was really cute, and I have tried it, and I actually really like the way it brushes my teeth. It takes a little bit longer, but because the bristles are smaller and firmer, I feel like it makes my teeth cleaner. I am bringing my leaf razor. This is heavy. There's no doubt about that. It would be easier to have a plastic razor. When I bought this razor, I promised myself that I would never buy a plastic razor again, so I'm sticking to it because I do love this thing a lot. It's heavy, but it's quality, and I'm happy to have it. Reusable ear swabs. This brand is called Last Swab, and it's just a little like silicone reusable ear swab. I'm bringing my last tube of native deodorant. I love native deodorant. It's completely plastic free. This is their old design. I think that they've like redesigned their plastic free packaging, so I'm excited to get that when I get back, but since I still have this, I'm going to bring it. Here I have my shampoo bar, my conditioner bar, and my face cleanser. I put them in an old plastic bag just in case they're wet, but I'll probably put them in this so that I can hang these while I'm in the shower. So I just have my first 35 SPF mineral sunscreen for my face. I have a little bit of a luxury item. This is hair gel. I just tried this for the first time and I don't really like the way this smells. I'm used to using hair gel that I make myself. I don't know if I'll actually use this. I guess we'll see how I feel when I'm on the trip. I have a little compact mirror here that I got in Ireland at the Guinness store. This is a small bag of makeup. I know makeup is a luxury, it's kind of unnecessary weight, but I am going to be spending some time in Barcelona before the Camino, some time in Portugal afterwards with friends, and honestly I just like to feel nice when I'm going out about the town after my day of walking. And I just have eyeliner, mascara, chapstick, lip liner, and then I have tweezers and nail clippers because those are kind of essential. Something that I didn't bring last time that I didn't really need, but I know that I'll need this time, are S-hooks. Hostel showers almost never have like a shelf for your toiletries, for your shampoo, conditioner, and all that. I didn't need these last time because my boyfriend and I spent so much of our time in private rooms. We often had a private bathroom or a bathroom that just had more space, and so we never really needed something like this. But because I will be staying in hostels and dormitories more, I have decided to get an S-hook. So now with the S-hook, I can put whatever toiletries that I'm going to take into the shower into this bag and hang this either around the shower pipe or on the door. But it's just nice to have this so that your stuff isn't sitting on the ground, because who knows what is on the floors of some of these showers. Don't want to know. The last thing that I think kind of goes in the category of toiletries is something that is also new to me this time. I have decided to bring a pee rag. This is something that you can buy at hiking stores like REI. You can purchase a pee rag. I had a rag at home that I feel okay using because it's small enough, it's very, very quick drying. I just attached a safety pin and key ring to it so that if I need to, I can hang it on the back of my bag so that it can get kind of like dried and sterilized in the sun. The reason why it was important to me to bring a pee rag this time is because while you're hiking and you're drinking a lot of water, you have to stay hydrated. You are inevitably going to have to pee and not have an establishment to pee in. Everyone does it, it's normal. The problem is I often wouldn't have toilet paper or tissue on me, so that would be uncomfortable. Or if I did have toilet paper or tissue on me, I would have to put it into a plastic bag and carry that with me anyway to dispose of eventually. Something that you will notice all along the Camino, many people bring tissue to do their business on the side of the road, and they will often just leave the tissue there and not take it with them or clean up after themselves. I understand it's not pleasant to take with you, but this affects the experience of everyone else walking after you. I can't tell you how often I saw bathroom tissue all over the side of the road because people peed or pooed and just left it there. I don't ever want to do that. So I created an option that is zero waste, I guess you could say. I'm gonna see how it goes. I think it'll be great. Next is electronic things. This time I'm bringing my tiny, beautiful Sony ZV-1. It's so small and lightweight that it fits into my hip pack. I'm bringing this tiny little tripod to go with it, just in case I want to set up a picture. I have a power adapter. This is the same one I brought last time. It has EU, UK, and US, but I'm obviously just going to use the EU converter. And the great thing about this is that it has like space for regular plug-in, but there are also 4 USB ports on the bottom, so I can charge up to 5 things at one time with this. And then just to cover all of my electronics, I have a charger for my extra battery, a charger for my camera, charger for my Fitbit, charger for my phone. And a couple of these double for other things, like I believe the charger for my camera also charges the dog repeller. I've wrapped all of the cords with rubber bands just to keep them nice and neat. I think all that's left is just this little section here. I didn't bring this last time. I'm excited to have it with me this time. This is just a kind of a day bag, I guess. Basically is a tote bag. This is going to be useful for if I go grocery shopping and I'm cooking at the hostel. I'm going to bring back stuff in my tote bag because obviously I can't really fit much more in my little hip pack. So rather than using like a plastic bag, I can put everything I need in this. If I don't end up needing it for that purpose, I could use it to help me kind of separate pieces of clothing or gear within my bag as like a packing item. It folds down so small and it's just very, very lightweight and cute. Another item that I'm bringing this time that I don't need to bring but I want to is a container of electrolytes. This is something that I didn't think about at all until I found it. There was some point probably halfway through the walk last time that we discovered packets of electrolytes. The only thing about those that I didn't love is that they're often very sugary. I didn't mind it too much at the time because that was our only option, but because I know that I'll want electrolytes, I just brought a brand that I use all the time at home. It's sugar-free, it tastes really good, and it helps me drink more water. This is a massage ball for your feet, an idea that I got from my German friend on my last trip. So at the end of the day, you basically just roll your feet on the ball along the arch of your foot, and it helps with soreness and particularly plantar fasciitis. So this is great. It's not the lightest thing in the world, but it's gonna be totally worth it. The very last thing that I wasn't sure if I was gonna mention because it's kind of weird is that I'm bringing my dad's ashes with me. Just a small portion of them. We've kind of split up my dad's ashes among family members. And I've got this really beautiful little urn that I'm going to be keeping inside this box just so that it's totally safe and not in danger of breaking. And I'm not going to be like pulling this out very much throughout the trip. I'm probably just going to keep it at the bottom of my bag, and I plan on spreading his ashes in the ocean, probably in Finisterre at the very end. I am very, very, very grateful that I get to take him with me this time. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and pack my bag and get everything in its special spot because I'm actually leaving for the airport in about 5 hours. So I'm feeling good, feeling ready. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm bringing a bunch of hair ties, like a bunch. I'm bringing all of these little black hair ties and then a scrunchie. I have a lot of hair and I want to make sure that it's under control. So these will probably be going in my hip pack and other various places just in case I lose them because I often do. That's it. Okay, honestly, my bag feels kind of empty. It really feels like I'm bringing less this time. There are a few things that I'm bringing that I didn't bring last time. So I'm wondering why it feels that way, but it definitely feels very not full. And so I'm super excited, and part of me is like, oh, should I bring more? Is there something else that I could bring that would make me comfortable now that I know that I have the room? I'm glad that I didn't pack this way ahead of time, because if I knew how much room I have, I probably would have convinced myself to bring a bunch of other stuff that I genuinely don't need. So I'm just gonna quickly show you how I packed it. First of all, this is my little hip pack that is gonna be on my body at all times. It has everything I need in it here, so that's separate. And now, looking at the bag, first of all, I kept the scarf just accessible in this little like pouch here that's really easy to grab. I just want this to be easy to throw on my head, around my neck, around my shoulders, so I'll probably just keep that there. This pocket here, I didn't put anything. This is basically just like a mesh airy spot that I think is meant to put things that need to be dried. I don't know if I ever used that last time, but it's nice to have. In this front pocket here, I decided to put all of my toiletries. I have all of my contacts in this pocket, I have my glasses and toothbrush in this pocket, and then I have everything else down below. In this pocket here, I put things for my face, which is my sunscreen, my sunglasses, and my makeup and mirror. Because this pouch is so small, I actually think that I'm gonna take my makeup out of this plastic bag and just keep it in the pouch, especially if that's all I'm putting in the pouch. I just absolutely hate plastic baggies. I hate Ziploc baggies. I try and avoid them if I don't need them. I hate the sound of them. I hate the feel of them. When you're in a hostel late at night and early in the morning, you hear the sound of everyone rustling through their bags and packing things in this, and I don't want to be a part of that. I try and avoid plastic in my regular life. I only have like 3 Ziploc bags, and they're ones that I've like saved and rewashed for years, so they're kind of gross, and yeah, I just try and avoid them if I don't need them. It's back in here, and now I just have all of that loose in there, and it feels a lot better. And then in my main compartment, if I take out my blanket and my hat, I have so much space here. I just have basically my umbrella, which once I get to Spain, I'm just gonna keep in my side pocket here. But while I'm traveling, I'm just gonna keep it in my bag so that everything's compact. So yeah, I just have all of my things down here. They fill up literally less than half my bag. And then I've put all of my electronics in this pouch, so everything is separate. So yeah, lots of room. Alright, that's it. I'm ready to go now, I think. I hope that was helpful to you guys. I've definitely learned a couple of things from experience, and I'm sure I'll learn more this time around because I will be doing some things a little bit differently. But yeah, if you're walking the Camino soon, which you probably are if you're checking out packing videos, I hope you bring whatever you want. I hope that you're able to pack light and feel comfortable at the same time too, because comfort is also important. Yeah, and I hope you have a great Camino. I'm super excited for mine. I still feel delirious. I can't believe it's happening. I get on my flight in just 6 hours. All right, buen Camino.